our city, for our future, for our children. Lord, guide us, put your hand upon us with wisdom, truth, and justice. Thank you, Lord, for all the blessings that you have bestowed upon us. Lead us forward with all we say, think, and do to represent you. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the agenda is the reading of the minutes of the previous council meeting. If members of the council have had an opportunity to review these, I will entertain a motion to approve.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda, communications from the mayor. On a sad note, we lost our former chief, David Eubanks, passed away this week. And David was a long-time employee here. I'm sure anybody in the city has crossed his path at one time or another. He was just a great individual. So let's remember Holly and the family in your prayers, if you would. He'll be missed. He was a character here, and he was just one of those guys that when you met him, you just kind of liked him. And if you didn't the first time, the second time, he'd make you like him. So let's just keep his family in our prayers. On another note, I'm sure if you've been driving around the city, you've probably had to stop and wait a few times. We got a lot of utility construction going on, and for some reason it's all happening at once. It's not just us and our water and sewer department. I'm sure you noticed the gas company's doing a lot of extensive work, and AT&T started a lot of extensive work today. So a lot of roads you're gonna, not gonna be any tie up, and none of them are gonna be closed that I'm aware of, but just be aware of it and slow down, and we'll get it all back together just as quick as we can. And welcome to everybody tonight too. Next item on the agenda is zoning matters. We have none. Next item is ordinances. We have none. Next item is resolutions. We have none. Next item, unfinished business. We have none. Reading of the city clerk of any communications. We have none. Next item on our agenda is new business. Item number 1 under new business, proposed approval to purchase pump station chemicals. Mr. Parker.
Okay, this is a request to purchase the chemical treatment that we use at the Andrive pump station to control hydrogen sulfide. I was here in May and we filled the tank up, and this round should get us out through the end of the year to fill the tank up for being able to treat the hydrogen sulfide at the Andrive pump station. Purchase will be from Evaqua Chemical Company, the amount of $9,500.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. I have a motion to approve.
Make a motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous.
Thank you.
Item number 2 under new business, proposed approval to purchase fire hose. Chief Ballou.
Members of the council, I come before you tonight to receive your approval, if possible, to purchase 2,850 feet of various sizes of fire hose to replenish the fire hose that we have lost in the past year, that are past the age of being recommended use by NFPA. And the cost would be $10,419.72, and they're recommended the purchase from MES.
Thank you, Chief Ballou. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second, sir.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Item number 3 under new business, proposed approval to purchase new firearms. Chief Helton.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Our department would like to make a recommendation to purchase new 9mm Glock pistols, Model 17s. Currently, we carry 40 caliber Glocks. We purchased these in 2010. They're about 8 years old, have quite a few rounds that have gone through them. Of course, 8 years of wear and tear by officers. At the same time, we've noticed that at the firing range, we started to have some malfunction problems. These malfunctions are due to the fact that with the age and the number of rounds that have gone through these guns, there's some maintenance and repair that needs to be done on them. So Gary McConaughey was our former captain, was also a Glock armorer. We had him trained for that. Through Glock itself, they state that at the age of these current weapons, they're due for some maintenance and repair issues. Those maintenance and repairs would typically cost $5,900. So we had to weigh out, do we want to keep our current guns, invest $5,900, and at the same time still have used weapons, or do we want to go with a new model that we could trade in our old guns and then essentially get the new ones for $7,700? And we test fired some of the new weapons. We had numerous officers, I think we were about 8, that test fired them and that gave us results back. And each one of them highly preferred the new weapon. Much less recoil, going to a 9mm, more accurate shooting. We even had an officer that was shooting lower end scores, rose his score almost 10% from using the newer weapon. So we're making the recommendation and would like to ask council to approve this lowest bid. We did 4 attempts at trying to get prices on the guns. One was non-responsive. The other 3 did give us prices, and the lowest quoter was GT Distributors in Rossville. They sell a lot of guns in this area, and at $428.50 each. We'd like to buy 35. We don't have that many officers, but we need some extra weapons should something happen. Occasionally, you'll retire a weapon. We're not going to retire any brand new guns anytime soon. But if a shooting were to occur, an officer has to surrender that gun while it's being investigated, and we need some backups in case something were to happen, and keep some of those in stock. So we're requesting 35 pistols. The total price for those would be $14,997.50. Once we get trade-in, $250 per weapon. The final price would be $7,747.50.
Thank you, Chief Helton. I have a motion to approve.
Motion, sir.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 4 under new business, proposed approval of Thriving Communities proposal for artistic improvements to city-owned property. Ms. Simpkins.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. The City of Fort Oglethorpe's Thriving Communities team is composed of Chris McKeever, Bob Dial, Ken Newell, Stephanie Doris, Nicole Hill, and Brent Templeton. And that group is finalizing a proposal to make various artistic improvements to public property along our multi-use trails, basically from Gilbert Stevenson Park to right behind Walgreens and City Hall. Because of their participation in the Thriving Communities program, we're eligible for a $20,000 grant. So what this group would like to do is bring a proposal to you all of the artistic improvements that they would like to make, including, it's actually going to be called an interactive art walk. It'll have 5 art attractions, 3 painted benches, and 3 pathway games. Those will include an original mural to depict the history of our city, original art, the history display board with 2 different art scenes on the front and back. They would like to transform the privacy fence behind the shop into an art wall featuring local artistic work displayed for 6 months, and also paint park benches to tell our history and our story. There'll also be a 4.0 steel face-plated sign for folks to come and take selfies with, and we all know that how viral that can be. It's a great idea. A 3D painted pedestrian crosswalk and a history hop game. So we're requesting approval of this proposal and each element within it, if we were to receive the $20,000 grant, that we could move forward with those improvements. Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Ms. Simpkins. Have a motion to approve?
Motion, sir.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 5, under new business, proposed approval to pay tax commissioner for 2018 collection services. Ms. Simpkins.
The city entered into a 5-year agreement with the Catoosa County Tax Commissioner last year. You all may remember this, to collect our property taxes on behalf of the city of Fort Oglethorpe. And the agreement charges $3 per parcel with an annual increase built into it of 5 cents per parcel per year, up to a total of $3.50 per parcel per year. Also, the city is responsible for 12.5% of the software equipment enhancements, up to $2,500 a year. In 2018, the invoice for the tax commissioner does not include the additional 5 cents per parcel or a software equipment fee. The invoice is for $12,321 for 4,107 parcels. The total revenue collected as a result of this payment to the tax commissioner is about $1.7 million. We recommend approval of this item.
Have a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Do we have to pay?
Ms. Simpkins, of course, it has been a year, but I thought we renegotiated that computer package and their software, and I think, if I remember correctly, Mr. Patty agreed that the county would in fact have to make that purchase whether they were collecting us or not. So
You're correct, Mayor.
I don't think that should be included in there, and I think at least we should maybe table this to the next meeting and get a confirmation on that.
I can confirm the contract. I will say that our invoice for 2018 does not include, it doesn't include the 5 cent annual increase per parcel, and it does not include any software hardware cost
That's for 2018.
for 2018.
But he did come back the second time because you questioned him on that, and I thought they took that out.
That's what we're approving though, right?
You're approving the
just-
payment for
Just to
2018.
pay
Right.
for this invoice.
Which doesn't have it in there.
It does
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
No, sir.
I just got a little confused when you read it. Had
Sorry,
that
yeah,
amount.
that was part of our original contract, and I probably should go back and take that out because it was modified,
Yeah, and
so.
I don't remember the increase on that yearly basis either, to be honest with you. I think it was a set price because I kind of questioned that when he was here too.
Okay.
Certainly understand we got to pay it, but I don't think we need to make sure we're not paying the parts that we negotiated at that time.
Yes, sir. The 2018 invoice does not include an increase per parcel or a hardware software fee.
Okay, so we're approving that for 2018, not 2019.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 6, under new business, proposed ratification of emergency purchase, task order number 2018-15, Highway 41 signal light. Ms. Simpkins, would you like to table this item? Or would you like to strike it?
It is an emergency purchase that was approved over email by the majority of council because we were up against a deadline a couple of weeks ago. So
Right.
technically it should be considered and hopefully approved by council because it's already in play.
All righty.
So essentially what this is we've had to go back and redesign the signal light intersection as part of our Highway 41 agreement with Food City and the Catoosa County Economic Development Authority. And because we had to do a complete redesign, that increased the cost to the city and the EDA by $9,700. So we will split that fee, but it is underway. We recommend approval of this particular.
Pretty much a change order.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda, City Manager's Report. Ms. Simpkins.
First of all, thank you to the Thriving Communities team for creating a great proposal for that $20,000 grant. It's very exciting, and I know that team has worked very hard to get it together. But it's going to make a big difference in our community, so thank you. A couple of events. Saturday, September 29th, the Park City Committee will host Yappy Hours at Buffalo Wild Wing from 3 to 7 p.m. So you can bring your dog, you can sit on the patio, and 10% of the revenue from Saturday and actually through the end of the year, if you show them our card that has our code on it, so get in touch with me if you want one, will go to build the dog park. We're also planning an event for Saturday, October 27th. It'll be a dog costume contest and a concert at the Catoosa County Amphitheater. The concert will be by Confederate Railroad, and additional details will be announced as they are received. And then we decided that Saturday, December 9th, we will have our annual Christmas parade. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Simpkins. Next item on the agenda, City Council comments. Mr. Childs.
Just one quick thing. We have about 3 months left in the year, and the holiday season's coming up, so everybody be careful. Halloween will be first, Thanksgiving, and Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. So I hope everybody here and their families have a great holiday season.
Mr. Child getting a jump on it. Thank you, Mr. Child.
It's here.
Mr. Crawford.
I have nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Crawford. Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I'll say thank you. I'll echo City Manager. Thank you to the Thriving Communities team. Appreciate all the work they did. Hope we get that grant. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Ms. James.
I don't have anything tonight.
Thank you, Ms. James. Ms. Stinnett.
Yes, sir. I want to take a moment to brag on our school system. Everybody's always so quick to say, the schools, this. But let me tell you what, School Superintendent Richard Woods, he's our state of Georgia school superintendent, by the way, our graduation rates rose again. They are at an all-time high of 81.6%. And you think, well, 81.6%, that's still losing too many children, and I agree totally. But look at 2012, 69.7%. Let's go to 2015, 79%. 2016, 79.4%. There was almost no rise then. 2018, 81.6%. The loss of any child not graduating is still too much, but if you can see the trend and where the students and teachers are taking this, it is a positive growth pattern, and we need to be proud of our state of Georgia schools. Next thing I want to brag about, Chickamauga Battlefield Marathon is coming November the 10th. Please be out there. Register at battlefieldmarathon.com. And let's not forget our veterans. November is coming up, and you can see we have several veterans in the audience this evening. There's a Veterans Salute and Information Fair on November the 3rd from 1 to 4 at Chattanooga's historic National Guard Armory. Hope everyone will come. Honor Park will be there, and we will have a booth so that we can inform more people about what is going on here in Fort Oglethorpe. And speaking of Honor Park, and you knew I would, right? September 7th and 14th, we had a big volunteer work day at Honor Park. Tennessee American Water Company brought droves of employees. Allied Tree Service, Fort Oglethorpe Fire Department was there, Home Depot, Wynwood, Big Woody's Tree Service, and thanks to Food City and Camping World for providing food. And it was awesome. Our next meeting is Thursday, October the 4th, 6 p.m. right here in this room. Hope to see everyone there. And that is all, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Stinnett. Next item on the agenda, citizens' petitions and requests. Jack Staples, commander of our local American Legion. Come on up, Jack.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. I'm proud to be here again this year to present the American Legion Certificate of Appreciation to Fort Oglethorpe City Council, recognition of sincere appreciation of outstanding service and assistance which contributed to the advancement of the American Legion programs and activities dedicated to God and country. Presented by Battlefield Post 214, Department of Georgia, on the 9th of July. Conflicting schedules kept me away for a while.
Thank you, James. We appreciate it. Stand around there, let's see if we can get you a picture there.
There you go.
Y'all want to stand up here behind the council? Get your steps, Stu.
Don't you fall.
Now ready, 3. Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Appreciate what you do.
Thank you, sir.
Next item under citizens petitions and requests. I know I'm gonna mess this up. Mr. Arellano, are you in the building? Mr. Arellano, am I saying that right, Spanish teacher?
That would be Jorge Arellano.
Let the record show that Jorge Arellano is not present. Next item on the agenda is executive session. We did not have anything for executive session. Next item on the agenda is adjournment. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.